So welcome everyone. I'm very happy to see you. We are very grateful to have such a nice group with us for the EFFE Seal for Festival Cities and Regions workshop. And this is for the new ones. This is an initiative developed by the European Festivals Association together with funding cities. And we have created a working frame for the cities to meet and speak about the power of arts and especially festivals that can be invested in the development of a city. And it's a joint collaboration, a joint dialogue by cities together with its festivals. So this is a follow-up from the info session that we had back in December. And I see some faces that were there, but I think there are some new ones too. So I'm going to introduce myself first. I'm Anna from the European Festivals Association, and I'm here also as representative of Catherine Deventer, Secretary General, that cannot be here with us today. I have Gert here with me too, recording, and Peter, that has been with us since the beginning of this process. And I want to introduce to you Hester van der Werff. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And she's the star of the day and the spokesperson of the EFFE Seal and ex-representative from the city of Leeuwarden. And we are lucky to have also with us David Waddell from the city of Edinburgh, which is another one of the founding cities of the EFFE Seal. So now I will give the floor to Hester. You can drop your questions in the chat and we will have time later to answer and discuss more.
Yeah. And are you going to get the presentation of the screen? Great. Okay. Maybe good to tell something before we start, because I was having a chat with Nikolai from Bulgaria when we were a little bit earlier, and he said, "Oh, this is nice. I'm very eager to know about the process of the EFFE Seal." And I think, to be clear, it would be good that I think you have two processes. You have the the internal process, so the process at your municipality, at your city. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, also together with David. And of course, there's also the process from the European Festival Association, how to go ahead and make and sign the EFFE Seal. I think that process is very straightforward and very simple. So to conclude this little workshop, the last sheet is for Anna. She will explain about the process from EFA, how you can let your city sign the seal in Girona. So that to start with. Yeah, basically the workshop is always a little bit difficult, because it implies that we're going to work together on papers, maybe with post-its and stuff like that. That's not exactly this. I have 6 sheets, 6 very short PowerPoint sheets with very practical information. And then the 4 last sheets, basically, we give you our homework. You can copy our homework, the homework that we in Leeuwarden did to join the seal. And I copied it from Edinburgh. So it is a workshop, but it's also not a workshop, but it is very practical. Yeah, next slide, please. So in conclusion, or very short, I think Anna explained it also very well. What is the EFFE Seal? It is a recognition and invitation to cities and regions that wish to access and integrate their development and image with a strong festival, cultural and European commitment, in very short. So it's a concrete commitment, but it's not something that is, how you say it, legally binding. So it's a manifesto, it's a declaration that you as a city really want to work on your festival climate on several points. And the major principles you can read on the screen. So the seal is a closer collaboration between festivals and their cities. You support arts festivals in the cities. It engages cities with their festivals and conversations and encounters. That's Leeuwarden.
Oh, yes,
that's a very important one. Oh, sorry, was there a question? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't see you all, so for me it's difficult. And to create a dialogue platform between the festivals and the cities. Next slide, please. So when you work at the municipality, and you all do, and I did for Leeuwarden, and I did the process when I worked for Leeuwarden, I did the process for our city to officially join the EFFE Seal. You usually have to make a report, right, for your colleagues, for the people on the top of the organization, and also for the political people, so your alderman, your mayor, and your deputy mayor. And usually your report starts with a sentence like this. It's recommended that the committee approves membership of the Europe for Festivals for Europe, EFFE Seal for festival cities. So why should your city do that? And why should your director, your deputy mayor, and your alderman, why should they take your advice on that? So this should all be in your report. And as I just said, to conclude this, we will share the reports that we made in Leeuwarden, and also the report that was made in Edinburgh, because that really helped me back then. Last year, I had to make the report. I had to do the whole strategy and the whole information at our municipality. And back then, Edinburgh was really helpful with that and lent me their report. And I think in all cities, it's practically the same. You ask yourself, how do festivals deliver your cultural strategy? How do they contribute to the cultural life in your city? And how do the aims and the values of the EFFE Seal relate to the aims and the values of your city? And the first thing that I did was I looked at the benefits that the European Festival Association was really kind to make into a very structured document. Yes, Anna?
I'm on it. Just take some minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, if you want to continue, and we can show the drive folder at the end.
Yeah, because that is the most important thing. Look at your the cultural strategy, the event strategy, and the character of your city, and ask yourself, how should it benefit by signing the EFFE Seal? And of course, the EFFE Seal is built up out of several concrete topics, by example, inclusion, democracy, sustainability. So depending on what your city focuses on, or what kind of character your city wants to strive to, and also very important, how the politics are in your city. So do you have an alderman? Do you have a deputy mayor that's really keen on international collaboration, or maybe he or she is very keen on including younger people in culture? So those are really good things to relate to when you look at the benefits, the list that we can't get on the screen. But yeah, maybe we can do that later on. So for us in Leeuwarden, there were two main topics that really that we could really relate to in the EFFE Seal, and one was internationalization. In 2018, we were European Capital of Culture, and it really proved very valuable for our city. So festivals had a really big place, and we were determined to broaden that perspective, to work more internationally with other festivals. So the EFFE Seal was a very logical step for us to make that happen. And another very important topic for us was we wanted to be closer to the festival organizations that we work with, because as a municipality, you talk with your festivals, but it's always about permits, legal stuff, money, subsidies, and we wanted to have a different conversation with our festivals. So last year, when we went to Leeuwarden with our festival together with the deputy mayor and the festival organization, it proved to be very valuable. We had different talks. We sat in a restaurant, we had other chats. We were able to look, how do you say it, from our different perspectives. So it really ties you closer together with your festival in a different way, which really enhances the relationship. So in conclusion, you really have to find the connection between your city's ambition, character, long-term goals, and what the EFFE Seal can bring for you. Next slide, please. So how is this a different network? It's not really a network, of course, but ask yourself what participating in the EFFE Seal can bring your city apart from the other networks that your city already participates in. And I think David has a really good example for that, or that might have been the main reason why Edinburgh is so active in the EFFE Seal. So David, could you maybe tell something about that?
Sure, thank you. Yeah, we joined for a variety of reasons. I think mainly because of the opportunity that it presented to the festivals in our city. We have 11 major festivals that take place every year, and they're quite big. They already have good international strategies, but there's a number of smaller festivals which are unique to the city and have grown up in the city over the years, and those are the ones that we really wanted to target. Part of it was possibly from a selfish officer's perspective, as a, trying to get what we want with politicians as well, that it gives, by signing up to the seal, it kind of gives that nudge or that push to politicians to say, we are supporting all of the festivals that are in our city, and it can help us to help those festivals that we fund or organize to grow as well. The difference, I think, with the EFFE Seal was there are a number of city-to-city networks out there already. You may be members of Eurocities, or we're a member of the World Cities Culture Forum, organizations like these, and they all represent city-to-city, and there are plenty of festival-to-festival organizations. What we didn't have was a city-to-festivals network or organization where we could make introductions to other festivals in our city within the network, and also to learn from the other cities that are participating in the seal and find out how they're supporting their festivals and events in their city, and can we learn anything from them, or can we offer advice to other cities as well. Primarily for us, and this is a UK unique situation, was around Brexit as well, us wanting to maintain those international relations across Europe. Edinburgh had the single highest Remain vote in the referendum back in 2016. It's a tremendously European, outwardly looking city, and it's really important to us, again, politically, to be able to say that this is where Edinburgh is, and we look beyond our borders, and we still have all our friends out in the continent and want to create partnerships with them. One of the other things that's really important for us is we have a number of different agendas in the city. Obviously, sustainability is a huge one for us as well. And it allows us as a city to look at what other festivals are delivering across Europe, and to help us to look at some of that agenda as well. Are there other activities that we could be doing in our city that we could be implementing in our festivals as well? So it's really helping us to hit some of those different agendas as well.
Thanks. I think that's really helpful, and I think most of the cities have topics like that they want to focus on, but it really depends on your specific character also of your city and the political situation there. Next slide, please. So this was a very short presentation, and now you can copy your homework. So there is a link here, which I'm sure and Audrey will share in the chat later on, also in the email, and all the documents that you need to make your report in order to join the EFFE Seal will be there. It's the report that we made in Leeuwarden, the report that David made for Edinburgh. All the benefits. Maybe we can have the benefits on the screen, Anna.
So the documents that Hester was talking about are all here for you, and I will share the link in a moment. Sorry, Hester, go ahead.
Yeah, So also the seal, of course, the seal itself and the document that your mayor or deputy mayor should sign in Girona to officially join. And here you can see the benefits, and this was really helpful for me. It's a well-structured document where you can see the benefit for the city, for the festivals, but also for audiences, residents, etc. So you can just scroll through that and see what really matches your city. So how you should pinpoint your report towards your colleagues, the directors and the politicians, which is really helpful for us. And then, of course, Google Translate is always really helpful when it comes to translating our homework to Bulgarian, by example, or Swedish. I wouldn't recommend to just translate it and then send it through. Just go through it after that. That's how we used to do it. But it's really good and really helpful, really practical. So I think, yeah, in conclusion, this was our story. Maybe Anna could tell you a bit more about the process of joining the EFFE Seal from the European Festivals Association point of view.
Yes, thank you very much, Hester, and thank you very much, David, for your help. I'm sure everyone will appreciate. And as for the part of the of EFA, it will be a pleasure to welcome you in Girona, where for our Arts Festival Summit, where there will be a moment where the mayor or deputy mayor could sign, but there will be also a tailor-made program for cities there. So we will have a workshop, and we will have the time to discuss in depth about this topic, and you will be able to meet cities colleagues, but also festivals from all over Europe and beyond. So we will drop in the chat the link to the Arts Festival Summit page in our website, and also registrations are open, so you can also take a look at that, and we will be very happy to receive your registration. And I wish you all the best with this process. And I think now we have some time for questions and anything that you would like to ask add.
So if you really would like a workshop, I can do stuff with Post-its. Really, it's not too late to do that.
You could of course invite Hester to your city to help you.
Yeah, with the
David. Maybe David has some time left.
Yeah, but my assumption was right. I hope at least that the process in your cities, is it the same? By example, in Tartu city, Christina, is it the same over there? Report writing, informing, asking for permission, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, but I really relate with the European Capital of Culture topic. I think this gives us the momentum also, because we are the capital next year. Mm-hmm. And I think joining this seal would be a really good way to cement the legacy of the international co-work approach we really want to carry on, definitely. And also, yes, we really have to sit down and write up why we want to join this network and how this is going to benefit us in the future. But I think that we have all the puzzle pieces here already, and it's about connecting them and putting together the picture. So I hope this process will end very fruitfully.
Yeah, definitely. Being a capital of culture, I think now also requires that you make plans for a legacy. So this, it's very, very heavy topic in that now. So this really helps because we want to cooperate with other festivals, maybe ask for money from the European Commission for programs like Creative Europe. And this really helps our festivals to meet other festivals that want to do that and start working together with residencies, by example. That's something that we now do. So it's really helpful. Other questions or remarks?
In relation to what you just said, I'm Nikki from Bulgaria, Veliko Trnovo. The way it works with us, if I can ask that question, is it okay, is we compile draft such a report on behalf of the mayor and present it to the municipal council. And the municipal council approves our application for the seal initiative. And I suppose it's the same with other cities. And we have started this process already. Probably I only wanted to ask if we need to have a formal application to the European Festival Associations for joining seal after we have all these approvals from the municipal council, decision of the municipal council, which is going to be made in like a couple of weeks from now. So how does it work in practice?
Yes, so from our part, it's very simple. The difficult part, you already have done it in Parliament. So you can reach to us, and then we will give you all the information about how it will be the signing moment. We will make a memorandum for your mayor or deputy mayor that will be signed together with the EFFE Seal book during that signing moment in the Arts Festival Summit. And there will be also the mayor of Perelada and the mayor of Girona who will sign, and it will be this kind of setting. And you don't need anything else from our, whenever it's confirmed for your mayor, you can let us know and we can inform you, but it's very simple.
So we can also, our report for joining, which is for the municipal council, we can kind of send it. It's not a very long document, so you at the EFA have some idea. In a way, it will be like a presentation of what our city does for festivals and how it works, how the municipality itself organizes festivals. So it could function also not only as official document, but as a kind of presentation of the city. Yeah, so we can send it in March. Probably it's a good idea.
Yes, it will be really useful for us to read it. Yes, please.
Okay. That's all I have for now.
Maybe Gert has something to add. Maybe I forgot something.
Yes, I just want to give maybe a little bit more information on the working process, which is done by the 7 founding cities. And it's called the steering group of the EFFE Seal. And so there is some reflection on what the business model would be behind the EFFE Seal. And there are some proposals of contracts and so on, a kind of contract to sign, because what Anna is talking about in the signing ceremony, it's more like the ceremony, let's say, the official ceremony, and a kind of, okay, we step in it. The contractual part, there we are thinking about a kind of commitment that you should support 1 or 2, or depending on a certain elements, festivals with a membership in EFA. That is one of the thinking ways of thinking about it. But at this moment, it's a process which is still discussed how we will do that. So for you to join at this moment, it's definitely, the joining will be for free. There might come a commitment on supporting financially certain festivals, a number of festivals in your territory, which is in your case a city, but can be a region or whatever. That might be the commitment that we will ask. But that's still under development. That's what I wanted to add.
So we have included in our draft report this kind of commitment from the municipality, in our case, it's not the regional government, to support the existing festivals and what platform we can provide about the future emerging festivals in our city or or guests. So our next step, I think, should be reaching out to other cities within the SEAL framework, like you said. So how do you propose it's better to do that? I mean, at the meeting in Girona, or on bilateral kind of contacts making, because there's the point, making contacts with other cities included in SEAL.
Yes. Yeah. So once you join the process, you will be in contact with all the cities that are inside of the process, in the ones that we call the steering group. And there is this thinking process behind this exchange of best practices. Then you will have all that the EFFE Seal offers, which is all these exchanges that you are talking about, all these, yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. Because what we really need is the know-how. Not only, of course, money is always the problem, but a bigger problem for emerging city which now joins this network. We would like to have more know-how and how the other much bigger cities and with much bigger heritage in terms of festival organization. So that's what we would like to learn from them. Basically, that's it.
Your question already, your question or your proposal to send us the document that you use to convince your government or your municipality, it's already an interesting thought. I think it might also be one of the conditions that we put to join, that there should be some kind of document with the elements that you want to work on, the topics that you want to be in contact with other cities, these kind of things. But I also want to add to Anna's explanation that when you come to Girona, there is the workshop, and the workshop will be steered or will be given by Nele Hertling and Nicolas. I forgot his last name.
Bertrand.
Bertrand, yeah, Nicolas Bertrand. So they're both from Solve for Europe also, and they will, if I understood well, gather these topics in the beginning and then work further on these topics, come to a common agenda there and so on. That's what the workshop is meant for. But
yes.
Thank you for your proposal for the document. It's a very good idea, I think.
But
yeah.
may I add
from the begining, in fact, from the joining, yeah.
Yes, Anna, may I add that in addition to the workshop, Girona is about networking. So there will be a lot of informal talks and acquaintances on the spot.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Thank you, Peter.
And some other elements in the program about these topics, yeah, of course. Not just a workshop. Yeah, there is a 3-day program, in fact, that you can follow with a lot of interesting topics already related to cities, to festivals, and also related to cities, festivals in your cities. Yeah.
Hester, do you allow? Oh yeah, Carita has asked for the floor.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm just a bit curious because me and Johanna, who are here today, we represent a region, regional administration in the West Sweden, and we are situated in Gothenburg, but the region includes 49 municipalities, so it's a pretty big area. I'm just curious if I only hear that there are other cities and municipalities that are members, or what do you call it, who have signed the seal this far. Are there any other regions that have joined, or other regions that are interested in joining other than us, or are we the first unique region?
On the list, I can see Catalonia, and the Canary Islands as the regions, in addition to Götaland. Yes.
Västra Götaland, yes. All right.
There's also the region in the north of Italy. I forgot, Anna.
Oh,
Yes.
Friuli di Venezia.
Yeah, Friuli.
Yeah,
Friuli joined as a
already
city,
signed.
but they joined as a city, but they are like they were thinking about joining also with the region in a later stage. So yeah.
We work
But
the same way. We also joined as a city, but we work with our province very closely. So it's not only for Leeuwarden, it's for Friesland, for the whole region. Yeah.
it's just interesting to hear.
We are definitely also curious to hear what your needs are, what your topics are.
Yeah.
I think that's enriching the whole EFFE Seal. Yeah, and it's,
Right.
Anyhow,
it's defined as
Carita,
4 cities and regions. Huh? It's really defined like that. So, but you're not the first one that we are talking to. Yeah, correct.
but still, I believe that Johanna and Carita, you are pioneers in this respect.
Well, we have not signed yet, and I'm not sure that we will be ready this spring either, but we are following the all the information with high interest. And the region is a slow organism, but we are doing what we can. It would be, I think it would be a great thing for our region, because we are already supporting festivals with funding and with a festival platform that I'm responsible for, which is providing networking and that kind of support, meeting points for festivals. And I think that we would make I don't know, to sign the seal would be a great statement for the region to make it more visible, that we really think that festivals are important. We work a lot with place development is a big thing in our region, and to include the importance of festivals and events and culture is very important for us. So well, this was not a planned speech, so it's a bit, maybe Johanna can add something too. She works with audience development, and we work very close together with developing our region in culture in all different kinds of ways. And festival is, we have a special mission to support festivals, which is, I think, unique in Sweden, actually, for a region to have that outspoken. My English is suddenly disappeared, but to have that as a mission to do. Right.
No, but it's great. Thank you, Carita. It sounds very interesting, and it gives another perspective to the group. So definitely, it's we would be very happy to have you.
Well, I think that it would be great to have a network, to have colleagues in other countries to connect to and to have discussions with, and to learn from in how to support the culture where we live in a better way. So that's why I want us to join.
That's great. Okay. Frank, yes. Tell us, and Charlotte.
Hi, how are you doing? We're looking for, Charlotte and I are both convinced that we want to join from Rotterdam and from Rotterdam Festivals. Our organization exists 30 years this year, so we are a long time supporting the festivals in the city of Rotterdam, but we're looking for the sense of urgency to join, to convince. For us, there is a big sense of urgency, just as Carita just said, to have a network and to talk to international colleagues, but we also need to convince the right people, saying that we already have a lot of policies that are working, that are supporting the festivals, but we're also looking forward to future troublesome situations, cities that are growing denser and denser, space that's been lost, but also things like inclusion and sustainability. So we we're hoping if you and perhaps Hester, we can have a separate discussion on a later moment in Dutch on how to convince our leaders to make us join. And also, I was curious about the list that you presented earlier. Hester, you talked about take your pick on which subjects you want to address. Could you explain that a little bit further, please?
Yeah, well, those are it's the list with all the benefits and all the how do you say it? Yeah, the topics that you can relate to that are in the EFFE Seal. And it's in the folder that is linked in the chat, so you could just take a look at that. And maybe it's a good idea to have a chat indeed in Dutch further, yeah, about that. And then I'm also thinking out loud that it would also be good to invite my colleague Jantine, as she's the policy advisor now for culture and events in Leeuwarden. And we can help you with that, definitely.
Thanks, that would be great.
May I have a question to Frank? Rotterdam festivals, is it looking after the municipal festivals only, or all festivals in the city? In a way.
Basically, all festivals of a certain scale. The small scale festivals that are the small scale street festivals. That's organized in a different way. But all festivals on a certain scale. That's what we look out for commercially, culturally. Municipal, all of them. And we're an NGO, so we're not part of the municipality, but we work. It's our thank you, Anna. It's our well, we work on behalf of the municipality.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
How many festivals are you working with, or are you bringing together in the network, Frank?
70.
150.
Wow, in one city.
In one
city, yeah.
Oh,
that's huge.
Yeah.
Not even a really big city, actually.
That's great.
But you may have maybe a generous definition of festival. But
yes, we do.
This is something we can talk about on the workshops. How in one city a festival is more defined or considered, and how in another one.
Absolutely, and we use festivals to develop our areas, and we use them for placemaking and stuff like that as well. So it's not just the cultural festivals. It's we have a very broad definition of festivals. Rightly so, as I might add.
It's great. I already saw that you are coming, Frank. So it would be great to have Charlotte too, but
It's a nice city, by the way. A wonderful city, Girona. Yeah.
I thought you meant Rotterdam.
That too. I love it too.
okay. So if you have other questions, you can always tell us. But if not, maybe we can conclude. Jovanka is here. She wrote in the chat that we cannot see you.
Yes, actually, I'm not feeling very well today, so my voice is not in a very good shape. But I mean, it is nice to see you and to hear you, and I'm happy that the initiative is growing, and I hope we will be able to prepare more for Spain. And what I can share with you is that I'm sharing this platform and idea with the cities in the region, in the Western Balkans. And I had in mind to connect 6 interesting festival cities. One of them is Ohrid Festival, Ohrid city in Macedonia. It is a very famous festival and very famous cultural heritage place, but also city of Sarajevo in Bosnia and city of Tirana in Albania. In Montenegro, we already talked with the city of Herceg-Novi and they showed interest. So I hope that some of them will be able to join us in Spain. It is always better to meet people in person. And I hope that my city of Belgrade will develop our presentation on the platform. There is very strong initiative going on now, but still not alive. How should I say? They are preparing actually the platform for the presentation of the culture in the city, and this is the job that is given to one agency to complete. And this is why I think there is a gap between the presentation, because there is work that they have been done, but we need to somehow see how to connect these 2 initiatives and how to bring the presentation of the city in the best possible way. So this is for now, and yes, hope to see you soon again. Thank you. Thank you for not sharing the video, but as I said, I'm not feeling well today, so I don't feel like showing up.
No problem, Jovanka. I hope you get better soon. And thanks.
Yes, I also hope there are so many viruses these days here. I don't know what is the situation is in your countries and cities. I think this is also a very important issue. After having this COVID, I think that people are so much more sick than before. What is your experience in your cities?
Yeah, I think
for me
it's
interesting to share and to hear, really. So thank you. Have a nice day and talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Ivanka.
Bye.
Thank you. Belgrade, another of 7 abandoned cities. And yeah.
In the meanwhile, I was browsing still looking at the list which is incomplete, which we received of the candidate cities. It is incomplete because from Bulgaria I can see Varna and Veliko Trnovo has turned up instead. So, and there will be, and you also mentioned Friuli, which is not on the list. So probably there is a longer list. But in this list, I can see 2 European capitals of culture, to coming back to the topic of Christina from Tartu. The 2 cities are Timișoara this year and Nova Gorica last year. So these are current European capitals of culture. At least this is what I could see. Maybe there are more. Umea, yes. I think it is. Umea was there? Yes, it was too. Yes. Okay.
Yes, Peter, that list that I sent you is the list of cities with whom we have been in contact and that have shown interest. But yeah, it's like, as you said, there are some cities that are approaching us now, and maybe I keep completing it, yeah.
It's good for me. It's good to see that there are cities from Britain as they marched out of some of the European cooperation, not of their own will, but for political situation. But as many as 4 British cities, UK cities are on your list, Anna. That's good, including Edinburgh, which is already in, and not an English, but a Scottish, but Great Britain.
Yes. Okay, so if you don't have more questions as of now, you can always reach us in, I drop my email in the chat. And yeah, we hope to see you very soon, hopefully in person, if not online again. And yeah, thank you, Gert. And yeah, have a very nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.
All the
Bye.
best.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.